Thank you, Tim. So I wanted to keep the football theme going, and for those people that haven't sit and melted their chocolate, you'll find that there's a little something on everybody's seat just to start it off. But I hope, yes, here we go. And you'll notice the very subtle hint about this. So these slides are available for people to see. So I'm going to canter through them because there's quite a lot of them. Yes, I just wanted to say the SPA, 40 years. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, 40 years old. My own company is 20 years old, so I just wanted to say, mention that, and I'll mention a bit at the end there. So for those that don't know me, this is a bit about me and what we're involved with. So keeping the theme, so I wanted to talk a little bit about these things here. So keeping an eye on the scoreline, Europa League, a bit about defenders, strikers and team captains, future talent. Any changes to the rules of the games and what we're saying about match of the day. I hope you like the idea and I hope you like this theme. So, keeping an eye on the scores. So this was 2024. What happened in our industry in the UK for the total UK? Plus 1.8% growth. And bear in mind that for the previous 2 years it was significant minus figures. We've only sort of caught up a bit. So that was last year. How are we faring at the moment? So we're on my chart here, just over halfway through the year, and it's a break-even year. So the scores so far for this year is not particularly exciting and not much better than last year. I have to say I was at a folding carton event, and last year their industry grew at 0.7%, so we grew at 1.8%, so we're doing marginally better than the folding carton industry, but not too much. So what is it? What's causing the damp squib? So let's learn from the Europa League. So what do I mean by that? What are people in Europe generally saying about our industry? So this is a survey that NOAA has undertaken with corrugated converters and folding carton converters. And they're really saying inflation has hugely hit, prices are down, costs are up. A lot of external factors. I've had a lot of conversations about this. Even today, people are saying US tariffs are really putting disruption into the marketplace at a time that we didn't need it. But probably the most significant things are these here. Cost is the number one focus for brand owners and retailers. Sustainability was, apparently, but sustainability is at number 4 now. And the important things for them is about what are they going to do with certain capacity in Europe, what they're going to do about private label. Brand owners are attempting to try and work against that, and Eastern European competition. So times is tough. And the quote down here I think is very important. High interest rates means people are paying more on their mortgages, there's less disposable income, and premium foods, and any premium are having a tough time. So that's a bit about the industry. I also wanted to cover some of the other things that are very important. How can we bring on those key defenders, strikers and team captains? I hope you're liking this. So Tim's going to talk a bit more about this, but the next cohort for the emerging leaders is happening. We're just going through the final stages of seeing each of the individuals of the cohort candidates for number 1. They're presenting back their projects to Tim and myself. So we are ready for the next cohort. Please put the names forward for your people. Here's a quote. You can see that when you read all this. This is the business owner, what they're saying about the course. This is what individuals, the players, the candidates were saying about the Emerging Leaders Programme. Please sign up. It'll start in January 2026. We needed a dozen. I think we had 14 people when we started on the first programme. So please put your candidates forward. You can put a number of candidates forward. And I think I'm right in saying it's an amazing bargain, 1,500 quid a year for a candidate. You won't get training at that price anywhere, and industry-specific training, and you get Tim and I effectively for free. Future, so finding future talent. We undertook a survey, the SPA undertook a survey of members, and people will have remembered the results. One of the things that stuck in my mind was people were saying, I've got a big problem about being able to recruit people. That's the reason why I've left some details on the bottom of your seats, because you may need some help. But in this area, so what's happening on the transfer market? I've got a number there. Everybody can read that number. What do you reckon that number represents? Shout it out. How many goals Kevin Keegan scored against? No? Average age. Applicants per job. Any others? Any other suggestions? How long it takes to recruit somebody? Another one? Greg, was it?
I was going to say
Retirement age? That'd be good, wouldn't it? No. Okay. So this is the sort of thing that my team do. They say, who are the people going to the SPA on the 29th of September? Let's go and look at their websites and see how many are advertising for jobs. There are 33 jobs of people advertising in this room. They're wanting vacancies filled. That's my little advert for us. The next thing I wanted to talk about, what about the rules of the game? What changes are occurring at the moment? What are the changes to the rules of the game? Laura talked about the PPWR earlier. The feedback that we're getting from people is that it is a legislative tsunami at a time when we don't want anything else. Did you hear us say about the things that FEFCO were the EU were advocating? Competitiveness and simplification. This has put an enormous amount of onerous and I would say well-meaning administration. And I think PPWR actually favours us. It's a great opportunity for us. But the legislation is huge. And that's some feedback from people that are here. And the other thing about the changes in the rules of the game, about who's taking responsibility for driving forward the activities, and plastic substitution. I talk about plastic substitution. I make no apology. I'll continue to talk about it until I'm not allowed to talk on this platform. It's a golden opportunity for us, but it's important that you know who the drivers are and who the people are in this. Plastic substitution. I remember a guy, forgive me, I've forgotten his surname. He was at Iceland, Ian somebody. Anybody? Schofield, well done. Ian Schofield, I remember at a presentation about just before COVID, said, you'll never convert to mushrooms. Those punnets are far too cheap. He said, there's no way that they'll be converted to paper. That's in our country, in Sainsbury's, and that's how things are now. So the opportunity for us is great. The rules of the game are changing. And this is a continuation of that. Match of the day. What's the match? Well, the match is paper packaging with brand owner requirements. So this is private label. Now you might say, I don't have anything to do with this. PPWR, why am I interested? It's far too up there. It's coming to affect an impact on every aspect of our business. And this area here, so retailers are wanting help to be able to convert their plastic packaging to paper packaging, and brand owners are going, oh, not me, and retailers saying, I need help. We're doing quite a lot of work introducing people to retailers because they're wanting to be introduced to converters who are keen to be able to do work in this area. So this is happening a lot. And it's happening in that area. So that's protein. So this is meat. And this is produce. And Laura, again, she mentioned about, was it a 1.5 kilo plastic punnet is being banned by the EU? Great. Well, they'll need these type of things. So everybody in this room potentially could make those types of punnets. And here's the size of the private label market. And this is in folding cartons, but the private label market is significant and huge in every country, and in our country it's highly significant. So on here, what I got there, percentage-wise, was 42%. So there's a big opportunity. So the future, it's been a roller coaster. This year, as I said, we're going to be at 0.9% so far, and it's probably going to be a flat year. It's been pretty slow for 2 years. We know that consumers and retailers are very keen for us to do something for them. Brand owners have to pioneer some new packaging, but they need our help because they're behind retailers saying, no, after you. And the opportunity of being able to encourage talent, some of our Gen Zs that we want to be able to nurture and bring them up. So ELP is the opportunity for that. Recruitment, I think it will continue to be a problem for us. And if you wish to have some help, I'll do that. The last bit I just wanted to say, 20 years that my business has been in place. I've been coming to the SPA for 19 and 12 years on the committee. Just wanted to say thank you very much for all your support. There are a number of customers in the room. Hopefully there'll be a few more after this. Thank you.